Hey guys, I got a blankie. I'm sick today. I'm homesick, and today is Tuesday, and Sunday. I was bored, so I watched a movie that I really wanted to see on demand. Time Warner Cable, on demand, movies on demand, channel 123, whatever. World's Greatest Dad, starring Robin Williams. I really wanted to see this movie. It became evident to me that it wasn't going to come to a theater near me, because I looked online and found out that the most theaters it was in at the same time were 9, and I don't think it's in any theaters right now. It's like that, it was in just a little theaters like that, and that sucks because like a lot of people, like, it's getting great reviews, and people that have seen it seem to really like it, and yeah, but it seems like the only way to watch it is on demand, and except, like, it'll probably come to DVD soon. I don't know when that is, but anyway, if you have on demand, I think it's worth the $6 or something. I get it for free because my father works at Time Warner Cable, so. You read any review for this movie or anything, you know, they're going to mention, oh, it takes a dark turn like 20 minutes into it. To properly review this movie, I'm going to have to spoil that. And to tell you, if you're going to watch this movie, it's better to not know that dark twist, because I didn't know. I easily could have found out, but there were a lot of things where people were like, spoiler, spoiler. I didn't want to find out. The trailer or anything doesn't give that away. You can tell the filmmakers don't want you to know until you watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply put the word spoiler at the bottom of the screen when I am spoiling something. If you don't want that to be spoiled for you, just simply scroll across to where you do not see the word spoiler at the bottom of the screen anymore. Pretty simple. And if you're gonna make a comment regarding spoilers, please put the word spoiler at the top of your comment so people that don't want to be spoiled don't continue reading and get mad. So thank you. So, you know, it's Robin Williams and his selfish 15-year-old son. Robin Williams is this writer who teaches a poetry class that's not very popular at a high school, and his son, played by Daryl Sabara, who is little Junie in the Spy Kids movies, he's a douchebag and he's a jerk to his father. Williams is just trying really hard to connect to him, and yes, this is familiar. The movie takes a drastic, dark, ridiculous turn. Comes home from his date one night and finds that his son accidentally strangled himself. Now, what does Rob Williams do after he gets the tears out of his eyes and everything? He takes his son's body and hangs it in his closet, making it look like suicide. Not only that, but he writes a suicide letter to go along with it. Now keep in mind that, like I said, Robin Williams is a writer, and although it's evident that he's a very good writer, but he's a rejected writer, all the stories he writes and etc. are rejected. But he really just wants to be noticed, which I think is why he did this. You know, it's really a good character study on his part, and it gets quite deep and morally complex, which is what I like about this movie. Now, and another reason why I think he did it was because I think he was kind of ashamed of his son, because when he accidentally strangled himself, he was jerking the turkey. I don't know why he, like, I don't know, maybe he was playing Space Monkey, like where you strangle yourself to get a high. Maybe that's what he was doing, but he was wanking it at the same time. So I'm not really sure, but he had, like, he was like tied like this to his wall. You know, it was weird. Anyway, the suicide letter gets published, and gets, the memory of his son gets extremely, like, popular throughout the school year. Everyone's, like, wearing t-shirts with his face, like, saying, oh, I can relate to the letter so much. And the funny thing about that is he was, like, really hated. No one liked him. He only had one friend, and that friend is now denying the fact that his friend actually wrote this. He's becoming suspicious. And eventually, you know, Robin Williams gets so caught up in this and wants so much more credit, he writes an entire journal claiming them to be his son's journal entries. Of course, there are elements of this that aren't the most original, but I think that concept is really good. The only real complaint I had with this movie is, like I said, when it gets really popular, some of those scenes seem to kind of drag a little bit and get kind of repetitive. Some areas of the film where nothing really all that interesting happened. It was just, you know, girls going crazy over the journal entries, and his class gets really popular. Robin Williams is fantastic in this movie. He's one of my favorite actors. I love him to death. He was really the perfect choice for this movie, and I really like the character study aspect of it, and just very ambitious filmmaking. And props to the filmmakers for, you know, making this really dark film that others just really aren't gonna like. But I think it's a good movie. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to find. It probably is gonna come on DVD soon. But you know, if you're bored, got nothing to do, I think it's a good order on demand. Although I don't know if you have on demand. That's the problem with this review. I feel like a jerk making this review because I know there's a lot of people that aren't gonna be able to see it, so I'm kind of just like rubbing it in their face. But it's a really good movie. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 overall. So yeah, I'm gonna go throw up.